day 18. It could be 19. I still have to upload my video from the other day, so whatever, I'll throw it as an intro. But chest day, pretty solid. I always love chest day. Light on the triceps, mostly chest. I don't know if I'm gonna go for a max bench today. We'll see. I'll probably end up throwing on at least flat bench 2 plates, seeing how it feels. If it's like feels really light, then maybe I'll go for a max. But if not, I might just go for form function, just kind of try to get a good pump. I feel like last time when I hit like max chest, or not max, but I did 2 reps of 245, my chest was like very, I felt the tension in it, and then by the time I hit pec flies, it like low-key felt like it was trying to rip out of my chest. Obviously that's not the case. Like, I'm not on testosterone or any kind of performance enhancing drugs, so it's unlikely of that situation. I've been benching 225 for like the last year, so it's my ligaments and tendons have caught up, so that's a very unlikely thing to happen. Not that it still can't, but you always run that risk when you go for maxes. But yeah, we'll see if I end up actually going for max. I think I'm going to try to do some more cable flies, pec flies, a little bit more of a fly heavy day, a little bit more of like a squeezing than a pressing. But if I'm in there and I see a good spotter, I might just say, whatever, let's try it. So we'll go for the max, or just go back for 245, see how 245 feels. Maybe try 250. I think the most I've ever done was 255 with my friend Taylor. I think I did 2 plates, a 10, and then a 5. So maybe we'll try 265. I think what would make me really happy would be 275. That would be ideal at 275. My Aunt Jerry just came out. She's my mom's aunt, but I still call her Aunt Jerry. She was like in the car when I started my dad's car, because he has the GT 500. She like jumped back because it was so loud. I told her to cover her ears because it's loud, but even I was surprised. Sometimes it's not that loud, but when it's cold outside, it's not even that cold, but I guess I haven't started in a while. It was very much on the colder side. And then, yeah, if you just do a cold start with it, it's pretty loud. Versus my car, same temperature, just different garage. I started it and it's like, it still sounds like a fast car. Like, it's still loud, but not nearly as loud. But anyway, I'm heading out, gonna go to the gym. Gonna hit the edge. It's around 12:57. It is Wednesday, so Thanksgiving Eve. I think I'm going out with some friends tonight, so not the best to kind of drink after you hit a good gym sesh. I try not to drink at all when I go to the gym. Usually I only drink like once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks if I hit trivia or something, but it just feels counterproductive to kind of, I think there was a study that like if you drink alcohol, it like delays or stops protein synthesis by like a massive percentage. It was like 200% or something. I don't know how that would work exactly, but I feel like it's just not smart to do good in terms of the gym, kind of eat fairly nutritiously and then just poison your body. So still gonna drink tonight, probably not gonna have a lot, but I'm a big fan of the Long Island iced teas at the bar. Everyone hates on me for it. I don't know why. I think they taste pretty good. Like, it's kind of a nostalgia thing for me a little. When I was in Greece, when I was like 17, because they don't have a drinking age over there, me and my brother went and I ordered mainly Long Island iced teas. So that was fun. But I still enjoy my Long Islands, and I actually put a few of my friends onto it too. So when we went out to New Jersey this summer, me and my friend had a couple of them. It was a good time. So I'll probably go out tonight and do that, but still gonna hit a good gym session. I don't want to ramble on too long. I've been trying to keep these videos shorter. Should be a good week. I'm gonna see my brother, gonna see my brother's girlfriend. I'm gonna see my brother's best friend Liam, who's basically a brother to me. Shout out Liam. Might be going to his place for some dinner on Saturday, so pretty excited for the week. Should be pretty good. Since I've kind of signed the paperwork for my new job, I'm locked into that. As long as my background check and everything goes good, which it should. I haven't done anything illegal, so should be all good there. But I don't feel like guilty about looking for jobs. Just trying to get everything in order before, and I think there's a shed coming on December 3rd, so that'll be pretty hype. Once there's a shed here, I can move all of my extra stuff that's around the house, like the workout area, which I haven't really recorded yet, and it's just kind of covered in like extra things. At the lake house, we have a lot of like blown up tubes for people floating and stuff that just never got deflated, that are just sitting in the workout room. So I can go in there to do like a quick bench or a quick workout, but it's just a little too crowded. So ideally, once the shed is here, I can kind of make all the rooms a little bit nicer, or all the storage areas a little bit like more organized, so that it's easier to access everything, and then the workout room will be more accessible. So pretty excited overall. It's going to be a good next 2 weeks, and then I'll start my work, and that'll be a change, a learning curve, but it's going to be good. It's going to be a good change. I think I'm a little nervous, but I'm mostly excited. So I'm excited to meet the team with everyone, or I've already met them when I interviewed, but I'm excited to kind of meet them again, kind of get into the work grind, see how everything is run there, meet more of the other employees that I didn't interview with. So I'm excited. It seems like a smaller company. Should be some good work culture. It's in my hometown. It's near some local restaurants that I know of. So pretty excited overall, but let's just get into this chest day. I'm going to try not to do too many movements, maybe like 6 movements. That still might be on the higher end. I know some people literally just go to the gym and hit like 3 movements, but I try to showcase everything I do. I would say of the last 17 videos, you've basically seen every single set I've done, except for maybe a total of like 5 sets of like 2 different movements where like I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna hit any more like arms, or like a good, like I'm done with triceps, and then I'll be like, turn off the camera, I'll be like, I'm gonna do 1 more. So of the maybe 120 sets I've done over the last 17 videos, maybe that's probably pretty accurate. I've only not shown like 2. So if you ever are curious of like the actual volume I'm doing, like you see it, it's not like, I know Sam Solik has some videos now where they're pretty short on the shorter side, where only does a couple movements, and I assume that's all he's doing, but I feel like there's a good chance he's doing some more accessory movements on the outside that you're not seeing and things like that. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty transparent with everything I do, other than maybe a little bit of stretching. Sometimes I usually stretch, and I don't always show that. I've done a couple of videos where I've shown the stretching with some elevator music, but I do be stretching every time now, and like obviously the sauna, but I usually explain that in the videos. So you usually get a pretty good idea of the volume. If you have any comments saying like you're doing way too much volume, or you should do a different exercise, let me know. I'll try to take that into consideration, but just trying to progress in any way I can, trying to not plateau. I wouldn't say I feel like I've been plateauing, but I also haven't been progressive overloading nearly enough as I probably should. Although yesterday, or 2 days ago, I hit a good arm workout where I picked up the 60s because the 55s and 50s were taken. And it felt like I was ego lifting a little, but I got them up for 5 reps. Not that they were like the best reps ever. I was using my body a little, but the fact that I was able to do that, and I was like, maybe I probably should have done this a little sooner. So definitely getting stronger than I was like 6 months ago to a year ago when I was working out in Big Sky in Manchester. When I remember I was picking up the 50s, and I was probably ego lifting the 50s. Now I'm ego lifting the 60s. So that's a good 10-pound increase, and that's each arm. So 20 pounds overall if you're counting both. So pretty good overall. But I think I got to push myself a little more. So probably should do a max bench or a heavier bench today, but I don't know. I'm not gonna kill myself with all that stuff. I feel like there's a guy at the gym named Eric, and he was saying like, go for strength and the muscle will come. I partially agree with that. I agree with the fact that like if you get stronger, you kind of have to have bigger muscles, or at least like more muscle recruitment or stronger things like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of studies that have shown that like it's not all about the weights, it's about how you move the weights and all that kind of stuff. So time under tension is huge. I know there was a big thing where it's like it's not about the muscle breaking apart anymore. People used to think like you have to rip your muscle apart and it grows back stronger. It's more like maybe there's some of that going on, but it's mostly time under tension. Like the more tension your muscle feels, the more it realizes, like this is a lot of strain on my nervous system, my bones, my joints, my ligaments. your muscles. So it wants to combat that by just building stronger. So you don't have to destroy your muscle. You just have to give it a lot of time under a lot of tension. So kind of goes hand in hand with muscle destruction, but not completely. You don't have to obliterate your muscle to make it stronger. If anything, that might make it worse because it'll take longer to build back up versus time under tension. It's not, without destroying the muscle, will help you build the muscle back without having to repair what was already there. So I think Chris Bumstead had a good thing. He said if you're at 70% of your original, your muscle is cooked. So say you do 10 reps of tricep pushdowns, and then by the third set you can only get 7, then your triceps cooked. Like, he's basically saying there's no point going further. That seems a little light to me. I feel like I usually say I can get 10 reps. I usually try to stop around like when I only get like 5, maybe 6. But the concept is still there that you don't have, like, failure is important, but it's failure up to 30% of your capacity, so, or 70% of your capacity. So I'm gonna try to keep that in mind in the future. It's a little bit harder to do that calculation when you're not doing 10 reps. If you're only doing 6, then you have to do 70% of 6, which isn't that hard. You have a calculator, you can figure it out. It's not that hard, but at the same time, there's a certain point too in the gym where you don't want to just be sitting there thinking about optimal, thinking about scientific, like science-based lifter, this is the optimal way. Sometimes it's better just to go in there, move the weights around, do what you enjoy, and you'll end up being more consistent and being more mentally in it, so then you can lift more. Because sometimes if you're just, I remember when I was in like 8th grade, when I first started going to the gym, I didn't actually hit the gym often. It was just like once in a while, so it didn't really count. I didn't start hitting the gym hard until like junior, senior year of high school, and I only did it for 2 years, then took 4 years off in like college, where maybe I went like once every 2 weeks, but not really. And then back in it in grad school, where I was going like 5-6 days a week. But in high school, junior, senior year, I was doing like 5-6 days a week, which was really good. But in 8th grade, I used to go to a gym that got closed down called Club New Fit, where they had a basketball court and all this stuff, and I would go with my friend Kyle and my friend Taylor, TCP. But I remember, like, I'm much taller than them, but I was so much weaker. They had started a little bit earlier. I had really lanky arms, so the bar path would take so much further to go, things like that. But I remember, like, decline benching, like, just the bar plus maybe 5 pounds max, and then I'd get failure and go down to just the bar. And I remember feeling so, like, I guess, like, not disconcerted, but just like, I knew that what I was doing didn't look cool, and it looked like I was a weak kid, which I was. And like, looking back, no big guy that's like 30 years old is looking at the 8th grader going like, oh, you need to be doing more. It's like, you got to start somewhere. So it's looking back, I wish I could tell myself, like, look, no one cares. Like, if anything, like, looking more like you're serious about it and trying your hardest, regardless, the weight will show that you're into it, and that's more respectable. Like, if someone's lifting only 5 pounds, but you can see on their face that it's hard, you know that, like, they probably didn't start with that. They probably started with a little heavier, and now they're doing for failure. And even if they did start with that, it shows that, like, they're trying. So weight doesn't matter as much. But I remember, like, laughing when I was doing it. Like, I'd be benching, and I knew it was so bad that I'd be, like, laughing, and like, I wouldn't take the workout seriously. And if I had just buckled down and been like, nah, like, take this seriously, it would have been at least a little bit more respectable. So, not that I'm like mad at myself for doing that. Like, obviously you have to learn, you have to start somewhere, you have to understand how it works. But at the same time, it's kind of that thing of like, if your mind is in it and you're like ready to lift heavy, then you're gonna be more willing to put in the hard work, which will actually give you a stronger muscle. Versus if your mind's not in it and you're like, I'm just gonna go and lift these weights, and if it's heavy, I'm just gonna give up because it's getting hard, and you're doing as many reps as pleasurable, not as many as possible. So there's a certain point where it's good to write down your workouts, try to be optimal and all this stuff, but the most important thing is to have a good mindset, go in there and just do your best to hit true failure in whatever is not comfortable, but like what you enjoy, which is not always easy. Like, not everyone enjoys the gym. It takes a very long time to truly enjoy the gym. But if you can get to the point where you enjoy the gym, like, maybe it shouldn't be your favorite part of the day, because then it kind of shows that maybe you don't have as much going on outside of the gym that you might want to do. Like, if you have like a loving partner or like things and friends that you want to go do. That should probably be more of your favorite part of the day, where you're like enjoying the presence and company of others. But at the same time, like if you can make the gym one of your favorite parts of the day, that's huge. Like it really adds to your workout, it adds to your enjoyment, it adds to your mental health. It's just a good thing to do. It develops your relationship with hard work and motivation, where motivation does not come from just sitting around. You don't just gain motivation out of nowhere. I mean, you can like look at yourself and be like, I need change, and that causes motivation. But usually effort produces motivation. The more you move, the more you do things, the more you're motivated to get better because you see the effort. Like, if I don't want to run a mile, but if I run a mile, I'll be like, wow, that was really hard. And then the next day, I might be a little more motivated to run the mile because I'd already done it once. It's like, it's not just the fact that you're doing it again. It's like the effort alone, and then like the endorphins, the things you get from the effort makes you feel good, makes you more motivated. A lot of people wait for motivation to take action, and that's not the best concept to listen to. You probably want to put in the effort when you're not motivated to be able to be motivated later. That kind of comes down to determination and discipline. Which, when I was younger, the concept of discipline, when I'd hear the word discipline, I'd be like, oh, that sucks. That's like disciplining kids. That's like being mean. But like, that's not what discipline is. Discipline is just doing things that you know you should do, even if you don't want to. I guess I'll just leave it at that. Let's go hit chest. Alright, I wanted to start with chest fly and rear delts on the same machine, but rear delts is honestly the most important. I can warm up the chest on the bench, so I'm going to do some rear delt tables. Put this back a little. Alright, a little heavier. Rear delts is important. Kind of for getting some stability before I bench. Even though it's not like the same muscle group, it's important for just holding your scapulas in and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just a stability thing I heard. The bench is open right now. Hopefully that stays the same. All right, I'm gonna do one more of this to warm up and then move on. Let's go hit some chest. All right, let's see how form is feeling today. All right, feeling okay. Shoulders not hurting. Yeah. Since you've been gone. Sometimes it's good to listen to white girl music. It's a vibe. We'll switch it to something harder when I go towards my heavier weights. But for right now, it's the perfect vibe. pause rep. All right, see how this feels. Gonna go no spotter. There's plenty of people here if I fail, but that would be embarrassing. All right, probably could have gone for a fourth or fifth, but no spotter.
Tell me when you're ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Up, up, up. Got that. Come on. Come on, beast. I'm like, it's all you. All you. Oh, yeah. Beast, that's right.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Countdown.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
It's all you, baby. Come on. You got this. Make that money. Make that money. Push. All you. I'm not touching it. Boom.
Huge. Thank you.
That's butter. That's butter.
Perfect. Good. Thanks. Huge.
I can't get past 5, bro.
Yeah, no, I just tried to max it for 265. When I went down on that fifth rep, I felt my chest there. I didn't want to push it. I'd rather fail the fifth than tear it.
My back.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, pretty solid. I could have gone for a fifth, but my mental, I knew not to do it. I felt the crazy stretch at the bottom. Honestly, on 4, I felt it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go down with the fifth for a negative rep, but there's no point in doing the fifth if it's like, really don't want to tear a pec right now. All right. Definitely felt it a little bit on my chest. I wouldn't say it scared me, but it makes me conscious about it. So we'll see if this is too heavy. Just trying to get a good pump now. Feel like I got most of the time under tension I needed for a good chest growth. Just need to do some good movements, some squeezes. So I'm gonna try to do this, then flies, and I'm gonna be done with chest. That was good. So this incline, flies, and then do some triceps and be done. Gotta control it on the way down a little more. All right, throw in 10 more on each side. The last one was a good weight, but I can push myself a little more. So we'll just try to get another 8, maybe 6. Probably last one, then move on to pec flies. All right, pretty solid. I'll wait for the flies to open. That felt good, but I could probably go down and wait a little. Just need a squeeze. Really trying to sweep One more set of this, lower it, triceps and done. So let's go down to 145, light, do some squeezes, triceps and done. All right, last set of chest, and then we'll go talk to a friend real quick, and then do some triceps. Oh yeah, chest is cooked. Chest is definitely cooked.
Doing good. I was gonna text you. What are you doing today? But yeah, if you're on Knox, I'll stop in. You go to the what? Richfield? Oh my God, you do.
All right. I'm all set. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, pretty great chest day overall. I didn't hit too many exercises like I wanted to. I mean, like I wanted to not hit too many exercises, so I did what I wanted. Obviously, you saw the video, but just a little summary. Kind of just did some rear delts to warm up. Immediately went to the chest. Started with 135, went up to 185 for just like 4 reps. Then went to 225 for like, I think it was 2, maybe 4. I think it was just 2. And then I went up, immediately jumped from 225 up to 260. Felt pretty solid on that. I was thinking about jumping to 270. I think I could have gotten it, to be honest. But the guy who was spotting me was like, nah, just go up 5. And I don't know, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm easily influenced if it's like a good gym bro. So he was just like, he was probably giving me good advice because maybe I would have failed 270. So I said I was gonna put on 270. He's like, nah, just do 265. And I was like, honestly, valid. Just hit 1 rep of that, felt good. Dropped back to down 225. Hit 4 reps. Was gonna hit a 5th, but on my 4th rep, I honestly felt a lot of tension in my left side of my chest. And then when I went down for the 5th, I knew on the way down I wasn't gonna get it. So I just kind of waited for him to pick it up and went up on the 5th. I might have been able to force the 5th out if I like mentally was there, but I knew I didn't want to strain anything. So chest feels good, no issues there. Could have went down to 185 again, hits a few more, but I said, nah, let me just move on. Went to incline machine press. That was decently solid, did some squeezing movements there. And then immediately went over to the pec fly on like the pec deck, do they call it? I don't know. The rear delt and pec machine. Just kind of did the pec flies for 3 good squeezing sets, went down in weight each time, cooked my chest, and then I was like, let me just do some light triceps. So just did 2 sets of good over the head triceps. That's probably the best movement for like all of the heads of the tricep. So that felt good. And then I was like, let me just go talk to a few friends. I saw a homie from Newtown who I wasn't really friends with at Newtown, but I was talking with Jim. He's a nice guy. It was Dan Mason, and then I think Luke Malilla was there with him, which is pretty cool. I never really talked to him either. Just kind of said hi to them, a little quick chat, and then I saw my friend John Alley there. So just a couple little quick convos, and hit 15 minutes of incline treadmill. Probably could have hit 30. Probably would have been better to hit 30, but I got to get home. I have family coming over. They're already mostly there, so I didn't want to like leave them too long. I think my dad wanted to do a few errands before I go out tonight. one of my friends isn't gonna go out to the bar. He's just gonna go to like the pregame at my friend's house. I'm not a big bar guy, so like I almost want to follow him and not do that, but nah, I gotta go out. So gonna go to the pregame, hang out at Kyle's house, and then go to Michael's tap room. Just have a couple drinks, nothing crazy. I'm not trying to drink much. I'm not a big drinker anyway. Even when I do, I don't really like to poison my body, and I'm not a big fan of the hangovers. So just keep it light, nothing too crazy, as I always say. But yeah, no, it'll be a fun time. I just got to figure out about the ride situation, because I do not like drinking and driving. I don't think anyone should do that. Even like a couple drinks, even like just one. I know like technically you could have like 3 drinks and then technically still drive as long as you're under the limit. But as soon as I have like 1 drink, I'm not trying to drive. I don't even want to like play that game. I feel like I'm a big focus driver. I like to focus on the road. That's why I'm kind of recording in the car now instead of doing it as I drive. But I don't know. I feel like 1 drink alone just kind of takes away the focus a little bit. I'm sure it's safe, but I don't really like to play that game. But anyway, gonna figure out ride situation, go home, get some food, and I'll see you next time. I think tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I think the Edge is still open from like 9 to 2. So I think my brother and his girlfriend are gonna work out at the home gym. I like the home gym. It's a little crowded right now, and I don't really like to share equipment with them because I don't even work out in the home gym when I'm like by myself necessarily. So I honestly might just come to the Edge and hit legs. It will be quad dominant legs, so I could do squatting again. So honestly, I might just squat tomorrow. Squatting on Thanksgiving, not the most fun. A lot of people would say ew, but I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I wouldn't say I'm not excited. I'm kind of a little bit in between. I want to work on my squat form, so I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm not excited to put on the work of squatting, but should be good. Yeah, I'll try to chop up this video soon enough. Liam told me that he likes the intro video of my shoulder day, so I'm gonna try to go back and make a shoulder day, or not a shoulder day, but like an intro to like my videos. I'm gonna try to make one that it's easy to copy over, so I don't have to make it every time. I'll probably just do a quick like Danny_tribes_lifts and be like a loading bar, and then just not say the day, because then I have to add the day in and everything, and it's just it's a little bit of work. Nothing, I'm sure it would be okay to do, but I'm gonna make it easier to replicate. So we'll see if I keep the elevator music. I should probably find a different kind of music, but for now I'll probably keep the elevator music. And yeah, that's it for now. Have a good Thanksgiving. I'll probably upload this tomorrow on Thanksgiving, so if you're seeing this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to anyone watching on Thanksgiving. That's huge, one of the first. So all right, peace out, end video.